started.
Welcome into the latest edition of the Stealing with the Boys podcast. I am your host, Junior Riddle, here, along with my boys.
Juwan Williams.
Welcome into the latest edition of the
Coach Campbell
podcast. I am your host, Junior Riddle. Here.
Oh,
We got some audio issues going on right now. Somebody's got to mute that audio on the other end. But all in all, boys, it's week 18. Audio issues going on right now. Somebody's got to mute that audio on the other end. But all in all, boys.
My bad. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Somebody's got to mute that audio on the other end. But all in all, boys.
My bad. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Are we okay? Are we good? What's going on?
It was TikTok, but we're good now.
Okay. By the way, fellas, all in all, it's week 18. When we looked at the schedule, we thought that this might be the case coming into the season. All in all, it's week 18. Juwan, we got to get that figured out, brother. I cannot concentrate with that audio coming in that way.
Yeah, we're good.
We got it now? All right. Yeah. Sweet. Fellas, it's week 18. We knew when the schedule came out, Steelers, Ravens in Pittsburgh, week 18, that there was a possibility that this game could come down to the division. We knew that was always an option. And a lot of times, it always does come down to these two teams. Who wants it more, right? We didn't have an episode this week. Pretty busy week, but also we were pretty down after that Browns loss. Pretty pathetic when the Steelers could have already clinched the North going into this game and essentially had a bye week before the playoffs. But again, they let it slip in Cleveland like they have basically every single season outside of one in the last 8 years. But all in all, here we are. Winner take all game. Winner wins the division. Winner goes to the playoffs. Winner hosts the Houston Texans, who won today and officially locked themselves in as the 5th seed. So, fellas, how are we feeling today? What are the vibes for today's game day, and where are y'all going to be at watching the game? Trey, let's start with you.
All day, all week, I should say. I've just been nervous about this game. Closer to game time, it's getting a little bit. I'm gaining a little bit more confidence. Still not super confident. But I just can't wait, dude. I've been telling everybody this. Like the next 6 months, my mental health for the next 6 months relies on the Steelers. So if we end up laying an egg or not at least getting another week, like I just want at least another week. 2 more weeks. Give me something. But football season's officially over for me if we lose tonight. Maybe I'll have a Super Bowl party just to drown my sorrows out. But I'll be watching it here. I just moved into a new place. That's another reason I wasn't able to jump on the podcast this week. We didn't really have it. We've all been busy. But got a new place. You see the new setup. We got some Steelers legends up there, some signed helmets, and I'll be watching it here. I'll probably turn off all the lights, do a darkness retreat, just like Aaron Rodgers, and just lock in on the game.
Absolutely. New spot, looking good. Good vibes in there. Love that shelf. The helmets got Hines Ward, Jerome Bettis, and even shout out Kings College helmet up there. Coach Campbell back in his playing days. Some old D2 Blue Mountain State type football right there. Killer tight end back in the day, Trey Campbell. All right, Juwan, how are we feeling? What are the vibes today? How are we feeling? Where are we watching the game? And what are our initial thoughts on this matchup?
Man, I can't lie. I'm going to be completely honest. I couldn't sleep this week without just looking up and just thinking about this game. It's been on my mind all week. I'm ready for it. It's so much on the line. It is not just. It's not just like. It's not just a football game for us. This is our livelihood. You know, our move for the week relies on the Steelers. That's what what happens when you're a diehard fan of a certain team. I need us to win today. I think we're gonna win today. One thing I'm tired of, and I put this in the group chat earlier. I'm sick of all these sports analysts praising Derrick Henry for last week when he went for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, praising him when he played a depleted Packers team. We're not that Packers team. All our boys are back. I'm glad TJ Watt back. I'm really happy for Derek Harmon to be healthy and back so he can really get the Ravens Steelers experience. But all in all, it all comes down to Mike Tomlin, Tara Austin, Arthur Smith, and I have to throw in Aaron Rodgers. This is a big one because this might be Aaron Rodgers' last game. So I'm excited, a little nervous. I'm excited.
No, all in all, I mean, this game, ever since we've seen the result of not only the Ravens-Packers game, but also the result of the Steelers-Browns game, knowing what this game meant and the implications, this might be one of the biggest Steelers-Ravens games in recent history. There hasn't been a game like this with this much on the line in a very long time. I mean, if we're being honest here, these two teams used to always compete for the division every year in and year out. Outside of sprinkling the Bengals in there every once in a while, but this game used to really mean something. The last couple of years, they haven't been playing a meaningful game. Either Lamar Jackson is out, and the Steelers have to beat Ty Huntley, or the Ravens have already clinched the division and they're sitting all their starters, and it just took away from the element of what this game really means. And so to see this happen for the Steelers to play the Ravens for it all, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this game. I'm really hopeful that they can get a win in this game, but it also comes with a little bit of a realization for me that if they win and they go to the playoffs, I think the Texans matchup is probably the best matchup that they've had in years in the playoffs, especially being at home. But if they lose, this could be an eye-opener for the organization. This could be something where the organization says, you know what? It's time to change. And change has been something that this podcast, at least, Trey and I have been calling for. I know Juwan's a little bit hesitant on the change aspect, but, having a direction, I just think that this game is really going to decide the direction. And I think waking up today, I've been back and forth on who I'm going to pick for tonight's game. Like, I really have been 50-50 on this game. But all in all, what I'm hopeful for is that tonight, at the end of this game, that we can truly find what direction we need to go and how we need to do it. And so I have a bold take that if we lose tonight, that I think it's Tomlin's last game as the Steelers coach. I do. I believe that. And if he wins, I feel like he's going to stay, and we're going to have to adjust and see how it goes moving forward. But all in all, I think this is a massive matchup for the direction of the organization. Maybe if necessarily the winner or loser of this outcome isn't going to be competing for a Super Bowl this year. I think that the outcome of this game weighs in more internally for the directions of both teams in both franchises. So that's where I'm at with it.
Off of that, Junie, I agree with you. I've heard a lot. Well, you've seen a lot of talks about Mike Tomlin might step away on his own terms, things like that. But then you hear talks that like Aaron Rodgers might come back another year. And I think that all of that relies on this game tonight. They win this game tonight, I think you might see Aaron Rodgers for another year, and you'll see Mike Tomlin for another year play out his contract and then ride off into the sunset. I think it's literally this game is relying on Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin and their future. So if we win this game, get in the playoffs, maybe win our wild card game, not make it as far as they were hoping at the beginning of the year, I think both of them ride it back one more year. Cam Hayward, I think, is probably towards the end of it, about to retire as well. TJ Watt's getting up there. Like, I think if they win this game and know what they have and the way they played towards the end of the year, besides the last week, I think they ride it back one more year and try to give it one more year of chemistry. But if we lose, that could all change. That could all flip on top of itself, and the whole organization comes crashing down for the year.
I will say this, and I know we've been going back and forth on it, but if we do lose today, I might have to be really on the I ain't gonna say fire him, but part ways with Tomlin if we lose today.
And I'd also like to preface this as well. Like, I've never really wanted Tomlin to get fired either. I don't think he deserves to get fired. Like, well, I say that, but if Bill Belichick can get fired, Mike Tomlin can get fired, right? Like realistically, that they can't. I think the Steelers as an organization are classy enough to kind of come to more of a mutual decision, knowing that this relationship, it might be torn apart now, but they're going to come together. Like Mike Tomlin will always be known as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Let's put that. He could go somewhere else and have some decent results, and still always be known as the Steelers head coach for nearly 2 decades. So let's preface this, but I think you're starting to see it though, Juwan. Like I think you're starting to understand that, like, yes, the wins we have with Tomlin are electric. That Lions game is amazing. But for every game like that they win against the Lions or on the road against the Ravens, you have your Cleveland Browns game. You have your last year the Dallas Cowboys coming in and beating you. Like you always have those games where like it's like you should win. You absolutely should win and you just don't. And so I truly do believe that a new face will come in to take over if they do lose tonight. So
And
all in
like,
all, let's go ahead and get into tonight's matchups though. All right, let's get into more of the game here. Juwan, what's a matchup that you're looking for in this game that the Steelers can capitalize on to try and come out and get a win? Because you think they're going to win tonight.
Yes. So the matchup I'm looking for is our D-line, our rush defense versus Derrick Henry. That is the matchup that we all are looking for. The defense is way, way better. And I need people to understand that this defense is way better than it was last year. Us going against Henry last year and this year, that's 2 different defenses. And that's why we went to go pick up Derek Harmon. That's why we went to go get Yaya Black. For moments like this, Jack Sawyer, for moments like this. So if we can win, I know it's like no stopping Henry, but if we can slow him down and take advantage or slow him down and Lamar Jackson, because you can't leave out Lamar Jackson. Can't. Slow both of them down, we have a great chance to win this game.
and I'm right off. Like my matchup would be the same thing, Juwan. I think that's exactly the exact matchup that has to happen. What I would add to that is just getting after Lamar. He's still banged up, whether he says he's healthy or not. Getting after Lamar early, hitting him in passing downs, really getting that pass rush going. Just even if he gets it off, just giving him a little nudge, like not roughing the passer, but giving him a little nudge, let him know you're there. That's gonna be key because he hasn't been healthy all year, and he kind of I feel like they not rushed him back, but he took off last week. He had that back injury. He's had a leg injury. He's had all these injuries this year. Like they're all still lingering. They're all lingering injuries. So you just get after him early and just kind of rough him up. Not saying you have to hurt him or anything, but rough him up. Let him know you're there. Or you're close. That plays a lot into the mental, especially Lamar Jackson, who has had decent success in the playoffs. But this is a playoff game. Let's be real. It's a playoff game. He's had decent success in the playoffs, but he hasn't had success against the Steelers. So if we can do that early, get in his head and be like, oh, this is the same old Steelers that beat me in the past, like that will play key. And another big thing to mention, like stopping Derrick Henry or slowing him down is huge, but the explosive plays, that's what really tear this defense down or get them against each other. Derrick Henry has a long run of say like 70 yards, like if we can contain him to getting 3 yards here, 2 yards here, stop him, not let him get that big long touchdown run. I think that plays key into our hands with making Lamar pass. Keep Lamar in the pocket, get after him, and but I feel like we do that. It's our offense will take care of itself, score enough points. But like you said, the key is to stop Derrick Henry and that explosive offense.
So I think I'm on the opposite end of you all for this one. I'm actually really confident that our defense will come out and play really well. I think Juwan making the point about the Packers and that matchup and how depleted their defense is, the guys that they were missing in that matchup, people have been able to run on the Packers all year, even when they are healthy. So the fact that they're missing guys didn't really help that at all. And not having Jordan Love too. They're playing with Malik Willis. I know Malik Willis played really well, but if they're leaving Malik Willis to be one-dimensional, all in all, I just think it was kind of a inflated stat line for the Ravens in the way that they dominated the Packers going into Lambeau. It just wasn't the normal Packers team that you're necessarily going to see. And so with all of that, the defense has been playing really, really well as of late. And I think that is going to continue. I don't think Lamar's fully healthy. I think they're going to rely on Henry. And I think when they match up against good run defenses, the way that we are when Derek Harmon is healthy, I think we're going to continue really well. The matchup that I'm looking for in this game is because the Ravens are going to put up points. Like, this isn't going to be a 13-6 game like it was against Cleveland. It's going to be more high scoring than that. Can the Steelers establish the run in this game? That is the biggest thing, fellas, right now. Because with no DK Metcalf, that's the only thing that is going to free some of these receivers open. And if they can establish the run early with both Gainwell and Warren and set the tone on the ground, I think that leaves play action to get open, quick slants to get open, stack in the box, leaving more one-on-one opportunities, right? More man-to-man instead of seeing, some crowded zone. I really think this game hones in on the run game because I don't think that there's any other way that the Steelers get their offense going if they cannot run the ball. So they're going to have to figure that out. DK Metcalf had his game of the year against the Ravens last time. So no DK. They're going to have to figure out a different way. I think establishing the run is going to be the most important matchup because if they don't, I can see this being another long day for the offense.
And Junior, off of what you said, I think the two key players, this would have been my second one, but the two key players are going to be our running backs. Them both catching the ball out of the backfield, like getting the run game going. But I think the biggest key is I shouldn't say biggest key. I think what we should do with having DK out is have both of them on the field together a lot of the time. Like have Kenneth Gainwell do the motions, do those things, get him mismatches against linebackers. Have them both in the backfield sometimes, like because Jalen Warren can block and so can Kenneth Gainwell. But it's like so use both of them on the same formations, like pony formation is what they call it. 2 running backs, a couple receivers, tight end. And just let them, our 2 best offensive threats in this game, go after it and win those matchups that they win 90% of the time.
Okay.
I'll say this. I know y'all saying the running back duo. I also want to see our tight end duos with Jonnu and Move, Fire Move. I mean, this is Arthur Smith's game. This is what he's about. He loves using his tight end. So we need to see the tight ends be used in the middle of the field. You see what happened when we passed the ball to Fire Move in the middle of the field. He catches most of the clutch times that we need him. Just like the game last week against the Browns, Thursday night game against the Bengals. He came in clutch. Let's try to do that the whole game. I know our wideouts aren't, they're trying to overlook our wideouts, but you can't overlook Fire Move. This is why we pay Fire Move, and this is the game to actually bring him and Jonnu out.
I think Fryermuth has had great games against the Ravens as well, and I think that is a matchup that's going to be very key. And like you were saying earlier in the pre-show that Seumalo's back, so we can come back to that jumbo formation even without Darnell and have Spencer Anderson out there, and kind of run off of that. I'm sure they have a jumbo formation with both running backs in and Spencer Anderson as that tight end, fullback type guy. So that'd be cool to see. I'm sure Arthur Smith has brought that out. We'll see if he uses that at all today. But yeah, I'm excited. The more we talk about it, the more confident I'm getting. But we'll see. We'll see what my score prediction comes off my head.
All right. Well, that's what we're going into right now. So, Juwan, I know what way you're going. So, what's your score prediction, and how do you think this game is going to unfold?
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I actually think it's going to be. I think the under was 41. Make sure. Yeah, the under is 41.5. I think it's going to be under 41. So I got the score being 19-10 Steelers.
19-10 Steelers.
It's going to be like a rugged game. Oh, before I say that, Boz, he needs to get it together. The last 2 weeks he's been missing kicks. Now, if he would have made the kick last week, we wouldn't have to depend on a touchdown.
That kick was tough though. Bad Elements, 54 yards in Cleveland. That's a tough kick. The one in Detroit, bad snap. Not making excuses. He still should have hit it, but I don't know. I'm not as worried about Boss. I'm not as worried.
Yeah, I'll go 19-10. No, 19-13. I'll go 19-13 Steelers.
What's crazy is that was literally that was literally my score prediction, bro. I'm not even kidding you. I thought it was gonna exactly be that. I'm not gonna say who I had winning, but that was my score prediction. But go ahead, Trey.
I think it's very similar. I don't think the over hits. I think it's gonna be I'm talking myself in this because I've been saying all week the Ravens are gonna win this, and it's gonna be a rough one. But I think the Steelers pull this one out in Pittsburgh, 20-17. Off a Boz game-winning field goal. Mm-hmm.
So I said I had the winner winning 19-13, right? And y'all know me. I'm always Mr. Negative. I'm always Mr. Negative on the show. I always pick against this. I always doubt us. I always do that, but I ain't doing that today. Last week was, I feel like, a wake-up call. I feel like we're healthy. I feel like we're healthier this week. And to be honest with you, like I can't figure this team out. I can't, because every logical bone in my body is telling me to pick the Ravens. They got the hot hand. They got Lamar coming back. The Steelers don't have DK. How are they going to separate? How are they going to move on offense? They're going to, it's going to be very predictable. All these things could come true. But man, this is a game the Steelers win. This is just the game the Steelers win. And fellas, I've been brainwashed. I have been brainwashed. They got me believing. I don't know why I should be believing, but when everything tells me the Steelers are going to lose, they find a way. They find a way. And I think they're going to win it tonight, boys. I think they're going to win it.
This reminds me of the Colts game. Like how the whole city was down on Tomlin. Whole city was down on this team. Even James Harrison on his podcast was saying like he thinks that Tomlin's a good coach, not great. Everything happens when we lose. I think we win. I think we win. I really just need to see Freiermuth get the ball a lot, and it might be an unsung hero in this game. My unsung hero, Scotty Miller.
Full turnaround on Scotty Miller.
He has been getting more targets.
I feel like Scotty Miller Because he got the
So
ball
with
last.
this, should
Oh,
we,
you
should we
didn't say
move into steal of the week? Hey,
you didn't say
hey,
you
you
didn't say
let's
Romo
use this
Wilson.
then. Steal of the week then. What's your prop bet? Scotty Miller.
Oh, no.
Not even receptions? You can't even be like over
I don't even think
3
receptions.
receptions?
He's on the receptions.
He's probably not.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna
My
look.
yeah. Hold on, I can look real quick.
I can give mine while you guys look. I'll give mine while you guys look.
Total receptions. I got it up here. I'm
Okay.
looking. Yeah, he's not even bettable on the outlet I'm looking at.
See,
Not even.
Well,
so
I'm ready to. Well, what the over under is 41.5. I know we're what 3.5 point underdog.
yeah,
Last I checked, we were 3.5 point underdog.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Mike Tomlin underdog at home is usually plays in our favor. So, you want me to get into my steals? I have my steals. I put a parlay in.
Yeah, go ahead, Trey. Steal the week.
I'm going with the Steelers MVP for a touchdown, Mr. Kenneth Gainwell.
KG.
And then, yep. And I'm gonna go. I think this is a game Aaron Rodgers, when being doubted, possibly his last game. He comes out and he throws the ball around a little bit, and I have him. I think his over under set it right at 200. I'm taking his over. Or I'll just take 200 plus. 200 plus and Kenneth Gainwell touchdown.
Okay, Juwan.
all right, I'm going. Okay, let me make sure, because do they even have him? Oh, they got Scotty Miller at plus 800 for a touchdown. But I'm going Pat Firemouth. My whole steal of the week is Pat Firemouth. So I got Pat Firemouth anytime touchdown at plus 380. And I have Pat Firemouth to get 60 yards at plus 400.
Wow.
I might put that as a bet. Just that.
Hey, but in all seriousness, though, I mean, you look at Pat Freiermuth's over under, and it's always under 20 yards. It's been like that for weeks. You look at it today, it's over under his over under here, 31.5. 30. So Vegas knows something. Yeah, 31. I'm double checking it here. 31.5 is his over under on yardage. So they think he's gonna get a bulk of the looks. And I think they'd be right. I think I listen. I just have a feeling that Arthur Smith, Tomlin, Terrell Austin, they're gonna put all their chips in for this game. All of them. And so I think Freiermuth over the middle, and that Ravens defense and that secondary that's been struggling all year long. Give me some of that. Give me some of that, because that needs to be there, and that needs to happen. Can
I add one more?
Yeah, sure.
Calvin Austin plus 40 yards.
Calvin Austin for 40 yards?
Yeah, because if you see at the injury report, Marlon Humphrey's got an illness, so he may or may not play today. And the way that he was dusting Wiggins,
I hope he does play.
Yeah, and even if he does, that would be perfect, because I can see Calvin Austin, getting at least 40 yards today. That's at plus 230.
So I'm glad you brought up Calvin Austin, because for my steal of the week, I have Calvin Austin anytime touchdown. That's who I'm going with for anytime touchdown. I don't know what it is about old Cal, but I feel like Calvin plays his best games against the Ravens. Like, it's just, I think, I truly believe that he's going to get, like, I think they're going to start off with really feeding the tight ends a whole bunch, and it's going to loosen up the looks that the receivers are going to get. And I think Calvin breaks a big one for a touchdown. I'm going to second you on the 40 yards, and I'm also going to add a touchdown on that. But for my yardage, my prop bet, I'm going Jaylen Warren over 46.5 rushing yards in this game. I think, again, they're going to force feed him the ball. What's crazy is if you look at the Browns game, he had 12 carries for 64 yards. He was averaging over 5 yards a carry in that Browns game. and they didn't keep giving him the ball. Don't think they make that mistake today. I don't think they make that mistake today. Jaylen Warren's going to get a bulk of the carries. I think Kenneth Gainwell's going to kind of get a mix of carries and receptions and getting the ball out of the backfield on key third downs. But I think the Steelers are going to really emphasize running the ball and stopping the run and playing pure Pittsburgh Steelers football tonight. And that's what's going to carry them to a win. And I think they're going to do it. So give me Calvin Austin anytime touchdown, probably the one big play of the game, and then give me Jaylen Warren over on rushing yards, and that'll be my steal of the week.
Let's
You
go,
know, the
dude. It's
fact-
getting so close.
The fact that we didn't say Derrick Henry at all is, I mean,
I'm gonna tell you something right now. This might come back to bite me, Juwan. I'm feeling a little bit bullish today. I ain't worried about Derrick Henry. I ain't worried about him.
okay. I can look. Okay.
I ain't
Jimmy.
worried
I
about
can
him.
be with you. I can be with you. And the reason why I can be with you, if
Knocking
you
on a lot of
see-
wood right now. I'm
you
knocking on a
see-
lot of wood
if you-
right now, boys. But I ain't worried about Derrick Henry. I
If
ain't worried about
if you look at every interview that Tomlin has done this week, it's really that the last interview I watched was with him and Tony Dungy. He's keying in, and his favorite player that he's talked about this whole week is Derrick Harmon. Do you know who's Derrick Harmon is defending this week? Who's covering this week?
Who's that?
David Falali. Well, whoever his name is for the Ravens.
Or is it?
Good guard.
Oh, Daniel. Is it Philel or Philale?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Lately, or whatever. Yeah.
That's what he's on. That's the worst offensive tackle I've seen in quite some time. It's
He's
so-
guard. He's guard.
Guard,
Well,
yeah.
He's on the line and he looks terrible. But I think that I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. I'm with you. I think that he should be a non-factor, but he kind of is.
You know,
I'm
no,
telling you, I'm gonna call this shot real quick, Trey. I know you got something, but I got to get this one off real quick. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know who it's gonna be. It could be Keanu. It could be Derek. It could be TJ. It could be Alex. It could be whoever. Early in the game, somebody's gonna drill Henry, and they're gonna drill him hard, and they're gonna let him know whose house they're in.
Oh no!
I'm
you're
telling
gonna be
you.
hyped.
I'm telling you right now.
You
I
gotta
ain't
be
worried
close.
about Derrick Henry. You clip this when we beat that ass this week. I want you to clip this right here. We are going to stuff Derrick Henry. Well, first couple drives, someone's coming in clean and cleaning his clock. And they're going to let him know what time it is. They're
Okay.
stepping in the 4-1-2. They're stepping on the North Shore. They're coming in our house in a winner-take-all game under the lights. We are going to
Let's
stuff
go,
the
Dewey!
run, and we're going to deal with them.
Let's go.
We're going to handle our business.
Let's go. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say because I was about. Yeah. Nope.
I'm telling you, boys, we're going to handle our business.
Let's go.
They ain't walking out North Shore with the title. It's ours.
Also,
Let's go.
let me say that I need this win because my birthday is Tuesday, and this is the start of a great birthday week.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely,
Oh.
fellas. We've been going for about 30 minutes here. Any last thoughts before we start breaking out and getting to our game day locations?
I'm putting on my helmet. I'm ready. You got me
Oh,
hyped,
slap
Jimmy.
it,
I don't know
boys.
what
This
it
is a
was,
big one.
man.
I don't think y'all know. I don't think the fans out there know, but each one of us have a defensive player on. We each got a defensive player on that we need to show out today.
Stepping up.
Oh, I will say
Stepping up.
one more thing. One more thing. So, D Hop, is it crazy for me to think that I think JPJ should cover D Hop and Asante Samuel cover Zay Flowers? What do y'all think about that?
D Hop. Oh yeah, Bateman's out, so D Hop will be getting a lot more looks.
Yeah. What do y'all think about that?
I think that matchup sounds like it'd be a little bit better, but honestly, like I'm not worried at D Hop at his age what he's able to do. Where I think Asante Samuel can do enough to take him out of the game. Not like D Hop's going to get some looks. D Hop's got some surefire hands.
I think he makes
He's not
it
going
up.
to kill you. With
I
where
think he
he's
makes
at in
it
his
up.
career, he's not going to kill you. So I'd rather JPJ with the season that he's having be on Flowers. That's how I feel about that. That's how I feel about that. But
Okay.
I ain't worried as much. I think the Steelers collapse on Henry, and they're going to try and make Lamar, who's banged up, try and beat him. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Can Lamar beat the Steelers on the road when the run game is taken away? That's the key to the game. And if the Steelers can establish the run on their end, I think it's going to go our way, boys. I really do. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I know this for a fact. We could lose this game, and I'm confident about this. This defense is going to step up and put in work and set the tone. I'm telling you right now, they are going to come out and set the tone.
I'm feeling it.
Right.
This team is not going to come out here and get rolled over. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
You better not.
Judy, let's go. Let's go. I'm like, let's go.
All right, boys. Any last comments before we hop off?
I need to lock in.
Just lock in and get this win. That's all
I'm doing a darkness.
Hey,
retreat.
this is why we watch the game, boys. Steelers Ravens 20-year rivalry for all the marbles, for the division, in the house, prime time under the lights. That's what it's about. For the Stealing with the Boys podcast, fellas, we are out.
Let's go, baby. Here we go.